Hey guys, it's Austin from Austin's Tutorials. Today we will be creating a text-to-speech application in Microsoft Visual Studio.
That's right, guys. And I'm sorry if there's an echo there. I do have my speakers out instead of headphones in. Um, but anyways, we're going to be creating a text-to-speech application in Microsoft Visual Studio. You can have Visual Studio Express 2013 or Visual Studio Pro, whatever it is you have. Microsoft Visual Studio 2013 or 2010, it should work. Um, an important thing about this is you must have Windows 7 or 8 to do this. I do believe Windows XP and Vista do not have text-to-speech or system.speech. You'll have to research that. And if I find anything out about it, I will tell you. So, like I have said before, I only have 10 minutes to do this. I still have not bought Bandicam, but I think it's actually a good thing because it'll limit my videos and I can't talk so much. To annoy you. So, basically what happens here is you type some stuff. So, type some stuff, and then you just hit say it,
Type some stuff.
and he'll say it. Um, I do have a British voice on my computer. You guys will get the default Microsoft Anna, unless of course you have installed other voices. I'll put a link in the description of where you can get other voices. I didn't find free ones, but I did find ones that you have to pay for, which I paid for Brian here. I think, yeah, British Brian or something like that from Ivona. Okay, and there will also be a link to Microsoft Visual Studio Express in the description, just like the last Microsoft Visual Studio tutorial. And I guess since we're talking about downloads, there will also be a link to this, so you can use it. You may need Microsoft .NET Framework, and I forgot to mention that for the last Visual Studio. You probably need that in most cases. You can download that from, if you're just going to download this and not do the tutorial. If you don't have Microsoft Visual Studio and you don't plan to install it, you need to go get Microsoft .NET Framework or something like that. It'll tell you when it runs that you don't have it, and it'll tell you where to go to get it if you don't have it. So sorry for confusing you, but first off, we want to start by opening up Microsoft Visual Studio. Obviously, I have Professional 2013, and this design is based off my friend Nick James 2378. I believe that's his name. Let me see here. Oh dear, Skype's loading. Yes, okay. Yes, okay, so, anyways, it's based off his design, but all the coding is basically mine because it's not even that hard to do. So what you want to do is you want to hit New Project. Make sure you choose Windows Form Application and VB, Visual Basic, because this is not a C# or C++ tutorial or C# or anything else. It is Visual Basics. You can use Framework 4 and up. Excuse that phone ring. We're going to pause real quick. Alright, like I said before, please excuse that. We never know when the phone's going to ring. But anyways, you want to choose Microsoft.NET Framework 4 and up. You can even choose 3.5, I believe. But anyways, just use the latest one. It's recommended. And name your application to text to, there cannot be any spaces, text to speech. And I'm just going to call mine video because mine is the video version. And hit OK. And once you do that, it should load up. It may take a little bit longer than other people's, so I'm not going to pause the video because mine takes pretty fast. Go ahead and resize your form to whatever you feel is good. And in the form settings, you can change your color and stuff. We're just going to leave our color default. But the name up here, where it says Form 1 or text, you want to change that to text to speech. And there can be spaces in that. That's just the name. Go ahead and go down here. Scroll down a little bit. You want to change Windows default location from the start position to center screen. You want to change a little bit further down, maximize box equals false. If you used Microsoft Visual Studio before, feel free to do whatever you want. Those are just the settings we're going to use. You also need a rich text box, so go in your toolbox and just type in rich, and it'll bring up rich text box. Just go ahead and position that in your form. Does not matter where, doesn't matter how big it is. I just make it to the buttons there and click off of that because you really don't need to do anything else to it. You can change the color if you want. I think we can change it. Yeah, we can change it anything we want, which is pretty cool. We're just going to change it to this little white color we call white. But anyways, we're going to also need some buttons, so we need to go to button. Actually, we don't need some buttons, we need a button. And if you know how to, change the color and change the look of it, feel free to do so. We're just going to leave ours as standard. And we're going to change the text from button 1 want to change that to say it, or talk, or speak, or whatever it is. We're just going to change it to say it with 3 exclamation points. And so now you do want to go ahead and, I believe, yeah, we need to import a few things. So you want to go ahead and go up here to View, and you want to click Object Browser right here. And then you want to click these dots. And when you do so, it might take a while to load, which mine usually does, so I'm just going to pause it. Oh, actually, no, I'm not. There it goes. You want to go under .NET, and then hit this right here. Click Component Name. Just click it, and then click into here, and click S. And scroll down until you see System.Speech. So it's going to be a little bit further down here. There it is right there. Just click on one of them, click Add, click OK. And this may take a minute to load here. And just click the bottom one here, depending on what framework you're using. If you're using 3, just click that. But I recommend to use the latest framework and just use the bottom one here and just click Add to references. And it'll say successfully added to text-to-speech. And you just go ahead and close your object browser. And you right-click this, hit View Code. And above public class form 1, you should come default with the ability to just enter it down a few times. You want to write imports system dot speech, and I believe system dot speech dot synthesizer or synthesis. These the coding will also be in the description for you to copy. I just had to copy that real fast because it's going to I only have 6 I have 6 minutes on the clock here, almost 7. So you want to under public class form 1, you want to dim speaker. You can call this whatever you want. You can call it Bob, whatever you want to call it. So I'm just going to call it dim speaker. So speaker is whatever, you can name it whatever you want. And then dim speaker as new speech synthesizer. And you just double click and it'll finish it for you. And you want to go back to form 1, double click your button, and change it to, or no, don't change it, just write out speaker dot speak async, or just dot speak, whatever. I'm just going to use speak async, and then parentheses, and you want to write rich text box 1 dot text. Simple as that. Easiest thing in the world. And that's all the coding there's going to be in this entire video. And if you want, you can go ahead and change the font and everything. The font size in here, I like changing it to 9, so it's a little bit bigger. You want to hit start so you can start debugging, and it'll bring it up. Let's go ahead and minimize this and this, and there you go. Looks just like the original one. You just type hello, we did it.
Hello, we did it.
We did it. And then that's how he talks text-to-speech. I haven't found a way to just stop it. You can play with it, modify it yourself. I might do an updated version, but that's how you do text-to-speech. And he will say it for you.
Text-to-speech.
So thanks for watching, guys. As always, do subscribe. Watch the videos. Tell me what you would like to see, with tutorials for the computer here. And if you're watching my GameMaker 8.1 tutorials, thank you. That is going to be a playlist. And I do realize that it's an older version of GameMaker, and I'm using everything else that I'm using is new. But the reason why is because I like that version of GameMaker, and a lot of people still use 8.1. But anyways, thanks for watching. Do tell me what you want to see, like I've just said. So I'm just going to go ahead and stop the video and stop myself from talking. Plus, I'm running out of time. So I will see you guys later.